Hello everyone, today 23 August 2026, here is the latest update and forecast on the further intensification and track of Super Typhoon Saudel during the next few days. Typhoon Saudel has undergone a remarkable period of rapid intensification over the western North Pacific and has now become a major and extremely dangerous tropical system. On August 22, Saudel passed very close to Agrihan in the northern Mariana Islands, bringing destructive winds, torrential rainfall, dangerous surf, and the threat of coastal inundation. At one point, the storm's maximum sustained winds reached around 177 kilometers per hour, while the system was moving northwestward at approximately 16 kilometers per hour. The situation became particularly dangerous around Agrihan, Pagan, and Alamagan, where typhoon warnings were in effect. Winds of around 130 to 160 kilometers per hour, with violent gusts potentially reaching about 210 kilometers per hour, were forecast across the islands. Residents were advised to remain inside protective shelters until dangerous conditions had completely passed. But the major concern now is what Saudel will do after moving away from the far northern Mariana Islands. Latest tracking information places the typhoon well east-southeast of Okinawa, with the storm continuing to move generally toward the northwest. Current observations show Saudel becoming a very powerful system, with wind estimates around 195 kilometers per hour, while forecasts indicate the possibility of further strengthening before environmental conditions become less favorable. The next phase of Saudel's journey is extremely important. Forecast guidance indicates a continued northwestward to west-northwestward movement, taking the typhoon toward the wider Okinawa region during the coming days. One forecast scenario suggests that Saudel could approach the Okinawa main island and the Amami Islands around August 26, bringing the potential for violent winds, torrential rainfall, and extremely dangerous waves. However, the exact track is still not completely settled. Even a relatively small change in Saudel's direction could significantly alter which islands experience the strongest winds and heaviest rainfall. Therefore, people across Okinawa, the Amami Islands, and surrounding areas should closely monitor the latest forecasts as the system approaches. Another major factor is Saudel's enormous size and intensity. Even areas that do not receive a direct hit from the eye could experience dangerous ocean conditions, powerful rain bands, and destructive gusts. As the typhoon moves closer to land, coastal flooding, storm surge, and extremely rough seas could become major hazards. So, the key message for the next few days is clear. Super Typhoon Saudel is still a major threat, and its track and intensity need to be watched very closely. The storm has already demonstrated how quickly it can intensify, and conditions over the western Pacific may allow it to remain extremely powerful as it moves toward the northwest. The next 48 to 72 hours will be critical for determining whether Saudel reaches its peak intensity and exactly how close it comes to Okinawa and the Amami Islands. Residents and mariners across the projected path should stay alert, secure vulnerable property, avoid dangerous coastal areas, and follow all official emergency instructions. This is a developing situation, and the forecast track may change as new observations become available. Super Typhoon Saudel is now moving into a critical stage, and all eyes remain on its direction, intensity, and potential impact over the western North Pacific during the next several